Friends and relatives in four directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy, but with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support. Hey, this is Robert Pilot. The Minnesota State Fair is more than food on a stick. It's a chance to celebrate Native culture and voices. On August 25th, hear the Red Lake Singers and Emizaska Drum Group during Mental Health Awareness at Dam Patch Park. On August 27th, meet Native authors like Roxanne B2B Nokwe Gold and Stacy Lola Druyard, and visit the Common Table and learn how Indigenous foodways are shaping Minnesota's future. Get your State Fair tickets now at mnstatefair.org.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Fair fun starts on Metro Transit. Instead of driving, park your car for free and take a stress-free, non-stop, air-conditioned ride straight to the Minnesota State Fair. You'll not only save on gas and parking costs by taking a State Fair Express bus, we'll drop you off and pick you up right outside the gates. Learn more at metrotransit.org/statefair. That's metrotransit.org/statefair.
Four Sisters Farmers Market is more than a place to shop for delicious organic food. It's a celebration of Indigenous culture, food sovereignty, and community. Now in its 11th season, the market offers healthy, affordable, culturally appropriate local foods every Thursday from 11 to 3. Located on the American Indian Cultural Corridor off Franklin Avenue, Four Sisters Farmers Market is a project of NAGD. Every Thursday now through October, discover more about Four Sisters Farmers Market by visiting nagd.org.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, clear with a low of 55, then Wednesday, sunshine with a high of 78.
State Fair savings are here at Chanhassen Dinner Theaters. Save $25 on tickets to select performances of Grease, White Christmas, and Guys and Dolls. Tickets and details at chanhassendt.com/fair25.
It's a good day to be indigenous. Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake. Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Karagita, all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Hey, I am on the phone with our ace reporter, Mahinu, my first daughter, Jaleesa McKee. Welcome, Jaleesa. What's happening at the fair? Ho!
Hey, Jaji. Hey, everybody who's listening. I am so happy to be here at the fair and be talking to you and sharing what's going on over here at Native Roots Trading Post.
Right on. So you've seen a lot of friends, a lot of people coming out. You're our social media person. Talk a little bit about that. You know, a lot of your people are coming in and saying, "What's up?"
Yeah, a lot of us are on Instagram, so we do have our Native Roots Trading Post Instagram. That's exactly that, is our handle, Native Roots Trading Post. And then it's been really cool because, Jelaine and I, my twin sister and I, have our own personal ones as well as you and the radio show. And it's really fun to see that, when we share about this, people coming in and saying, yep, I saw where you're at based on the map that you shared. And and just the different photos and just really exciting things that we have in terms of the artwork we've created and the artwork that other Native artists have created that we wholesale with.
Absolutely. Hey, you know, Jaleesa, you're an artist and you're also doing mists out there and bug sprays and things like that. Talk a little bit about your art out there. And I know we're selling them on t-shirts and look really cool on repurposed jean jackets.
Yes, I'm so excited. I've had this vision for a new t-shirt design for a while, and I'm so honored that it's come to light and that people are enjoying it as much as I enjoyed creating it. So it's the medicine wheel. A lot of people know about the medicine wheel. And so we have that. And then I incorporated the 4 sacred medicines in the medicine wheel. So it's, our 4 sacred medicines, for those that don't know, is tobacco, cedar, sweetgrass, and sage. And it's just a beautiful design. And I'm super excited about it. And then I also create mists that are to just spray on your clothing or your pillows or your bedding or in the air. And it's just, a healthier version of almost like a cologne or perfume because a lot of those things are toxic. And so I make them from oil essentials, and they were inspired by, again, the 4 sacred medicines. So what I did is I put 2 different oil essentials representing 2 of the 4 sacred medicines in each bottle. So I have tobacco and cedar and lavender in one. I added the lavender just for fun. And that is a calm cedar mist. And then I also have the smudging sage mist, which is sage and sweetgrass. And then I added the lemongrass for fun in that one. And that is our smudging sage mist.
You've also added those fragrances, if that's the right word, to the candles that you guys are making too, our own.
Exactly. Yes. So we made our own candles from home, which was so exciting to do. We smudged while we did so. And we even put some of the medicines right in those candles. And those are the exact same fragrances that I just mentioned there. So all natural from oil essentials, so safe for everybody. And yeah, again, a lot of candles that we buy, they're toxic as well. So these you can buy and that you're using something that's good for you, So, and then also in addition to the candles and the mist and then the design that I mentioned on the t-shirts and jean jackets, we have insect repellent this year. So that was really fun to create as well.
Absolutely. Hey, can you tell our listening audience out there where we are located?
Yes, absolutely. So we are located in the area of the state fair that is now known as West End Market. A lot of us remember when this area was Heritage Square.
Yeah.
So if that's how you know it, that's where we're at. We are near the bus stop. So that has been really fun to see. A lot of people come in from the bus area and kind of see us and shop around. And then we're on their way out. So that's been convenient. And, more specifically, I could say we are behind the Blue Barn for those that know where the Blue Barn is. You kind of just keep walking past that Blue Barn. You walk past the Heritage building over there. And then we are right on the end here where we have a plant shop near us. We have a taxidermist near us, which is sort of ironic for us. So we laugh about that sometimes. And yeah, it's just a fun area, and we really love that we're around other small local businesses. It's just been a really cool area over here.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that in person yesterday about how it's almost a village of a lot of the people coming back and knowing them, and you and your sister and your brother-in-law who basically run the store, and Wendy and I just come in and say, "Ho."
Well, we all delegate and we all work together as a team, and we all have our own deal here, right? So it's just been awesome. I mean, we have really seen a lot of people come back, and now some for the 4th year in a row, and it's like a little reunion. We get to see family members that specifically come to see us, relatives, and then people that we met at the fair, and then friends, and it's just wonderful. And then meeting new people. I mean, one of the greatest things about doing this shop, this trading post, is that it's a conversation starter of, just educating people in the best way of our ability, and, sharing about the art, sharing about the artists that create these things, sharing about Jim Thorpe. So not everybody knows about Jim Thorpe, things like that.
Right.
You have a Jim Thorpe shirt and sweatshirt. And it's like, it's either people want to support Native artists, or they're curious about the culture, or, all these just great conversations that we get to have. It's much more than just people coming by and purchasing. It's a conversation, and now it's a community.
Wow, Jaleesa, well said. You should have your own radio show, darn it. Jeez, really? What the heck?
Well, I learned from the best. It's in our genes.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
No.
I talk a lot, but I don't make sense. But you're making a lot of sense here.
No, it's not. I keep hearing people will come by. Where's Robert? And I'm going, oh, that's my dad. Oh, you want to see the? And they always talk about how much they love your radio voice.
well,
So,
we always joke about this, but I have a face for radio, and that's awesome. And Wendy always says about you guys, because she's your stepmom, is she goes, they look like you, but they're cute. And I'm going, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, Wendy?
Oh, Wendy,
But
we're all cute over here. We're indigenous, right? No.
That's right. So if come on down to the state fair and the West End Market and see the cute daughters here that resemble me.
Yes. Yeah. Viewers and listeners, it's always going to be one of our family members. It'll always be myself, Jaleesa, my twin sister, Jelaine, or my brother-in-law, Micah, and he's from Leech Lake, and, or Wendy or Robert. So come by and see us and say hi.
Yeah. And we got like a minute left, Jaleesa. And I just want to say how heartfelt it is to see people that we know, or that we just meet, that, like you said, on your social media or from the radio show. I love it. I couldn't get away yesterday, remember? And Wendy and I were just dropping off some things, and we were there for 3 hours.
Oh, absolutely. And it doesn't surprise me. I mean, even last night we closed for the listeners too. It's open from 9 to 9, and we get here more at like 8 because there's early birds here, which is great. But it's hard to leave. And it's so funny because you would think we'd be exhausted, but it's just like, you just keep having conversations and you keep seeing. It's like I said, it's like a reunion. It's so fun.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on. And I know you're really busy, and then say just to really thank you for what you do for our family and also the community, and your acting and your real job out there too. You are a doer.
Oh, thank you, Judge, and thank you for all you do for our family and the community, and all your listeners. Thank you for your leadership.
Right on. We'll see you later. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back with Wendy. This is Native Roots Radio. Hoa.
Hoa.
Fair fun starts on Metro Transit. Instead of driving, park your car for free and take a stress-free, non-stop, air-conditioned ride straight to the Minnesota State Fair. You'll not only save on gas and parking costs by taking a State Fair Express bus, we'll drop you off and pick you up right outside the gates. Learn more at metrotransit.org/state fair. That's metrotransit.org/state fair.
On view at Minneapolis Institute of Art, artist Mary Sully was a visionary ahead of her time. Born on Standing Rock Reservation, she worked in near obscurity between the 1920s and 1940s, creating intricate, vividly colored drawings that blend Dakota heritage with modern life. Now on display at the Minneapolis Institute of Art, experience the first solo exhibition featuring Mary Sully's work, only at MIA until September 21st, and always free to visit. Learn more at artsmia.org.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Four Sisters Farmers Market is more than a place to shop for delicious organic food. It's a celebration of Indigenous culture, food sovereignty, and community. Now in its 11th season, the market offers healthy, affordable, culturally appropriate local foods every Thursday from 11 to 3. Located on the American Indian Cultural Corridor off Franklin Avenue, Four Sisters Farmers Market is a project of NACD. Every Thursday now through October, discover more about Four Sisters Farmers Market by visiting nacd.org.
Hi, I'm Tiergan.
And I'm Hadley.
We're two of the very first listeners, and we're
still listening to Native Roots Radio.
Yes, they are. Hey, welcome back to Native Roots Radio, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. And this is our sacred animal portion, and I want to just invite and introduce my awesome and beautiful wife, Wendy. Wendy's been an animal advocate for many years, and she's co-founder of Native Roots Radio and also former lead in Pilot's Progressive Party here on AM 950 back in the day. Welcome, Wendy.
Yeah, thanks, Robert. Hey, everybody. My name is Hanaji Hihani. That means cares for them, and I was given that name by my Dega, Curtis. Curtis goes by Mashke Hanajinga, which means walks on white clouds. I'm a policy volunteer for Humane World for Animals, formerly known as the Humane Society of the United States, and I work on animal issues at the local and state level. We love the Minnesota State Fair. It's so much fun, and we go every year, multiple times. We take our godchildren there, we meet friends there, and we just have a great time every year. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people visit the Minnesota State Fair. We go for the food, the rides, the fun, and of course the animals. But behind the glitter and excitement, there's a side of the fair that most people don't see. Thousands of animals, mammals, insects, and livestock are stressed and manipulated and exploited. Now, this is a part that, we always say that we're woke here, right? At Native Roots Radio, right? Yeah. We're woke. We like the truth. We like to find the nitty gritty and the absolute truth behind everything, even though sometimes it's really hard to hear and sometimes it hurts and you're like, oh my God, really? Now I have to hear about this now? But this is something that's really important. And today I want to really talk about what really happens in the three of the fair's most family-friendly attractions. So we have the Miracle of Birth Barn, the Butterfly Building, and the 4-H Livestock Program. We're going to start today talking about the Miracle of Birth Barn. Thousands of people go into that barn. And, people love watching newborn calves and piglets and lambs. Who wouldn't? But behind the cuteness, there's a little thing called stress. There's bright lights, loud noises, and thousands of gawking humans surrounding animals at the exact moment they're giving birth. Sounds relaxing, right? I mean, could you imagine? You're a woman and you're giving birth to your baby, and there's thousands of people around you clicking pictures and making noise, and there's screaming kids in the background, and it's just, I can't even imagine. We really have to think about these animals. I mean, they aren't really different than the animals that we share our houses with. They have feelings, they get scared, they get jealous, they love their babies. It's really something that I think most people take away from these animals that we don't share our homes with. And I just want to talk about this too. Most of these pregnancies aren't even natural. So these animals are very carefully timed, right? So they're artificially inseminated. So the babies are born during the fair. And most of the animals are induced. So their pregnancies are induced. So they're not giving a natural birth, right? So it's really horrible for these animals. So their reproductive cycles are manipulated for our entertainment. And after the fair, these moms and babies don't retire to sanctuary. They go back to the production farm. And so while it looks really adorable and educational, that's what I want to say. Is this really education? It's really a stress-filled reality for these animals. So it's really a horrible thing. I would encourage people not to visit the barn, just because, after you know the truth, it's hard to, do things like that, right? But, a lot of people just, put it in the back of their heads and they don't want to really think about how these animals really feel.
It's nice that it's way off in the corner, because I don't think mainstream really does participate, but I appreciate these good words, because it's a reminder. And I think years and years and years ago, I would go down there and look at this stuff and not know what the implications were.
Absolutely. 20 years ago, Robert, I did too. I think I even had a pig, one of those, those cardboard pig hats that I wore. But once I really learned about what happened, I stopped. I started to be an advocate for these animals, Excuse me.
Well, I think, for you, and knowing you as well as I do, you always kind of felt that something was kind of fishy in Denmark, as the old saying goes.
Yeah, I remember always asking some kind of controversial questions to the people in those barns who ran the barns, and they were always like, But once you know, you're woke. So let's get woke.
Well, I know you have what you want to talk about here, but I just want to bring up too, we used to go years and years ago, they'd have that really big pig there, but with all the babies, and they had some bars holding the mother down.
It's called a gestational crate, and the mother can't move. And they had a water droplet dropping on her head while she's slept, and I asked about that, and it was to keep her calm. But she could hardly even stand up, and there was no way she could even turn around.
And every year they have one of these exhibitions.
It's horrible. It's
every year.
It's sickening to me. Yeah. So, the other thing that we pass by all the time at the fair is that big building. It's called the Butterfly Building. And I don't know the exact name of it, but we, Robert and I have this beautiful pollinator garden in our house, at our front house. And sometimes we go out there and there's at least a dozen monarch butterflies, and they're just absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. And we walk past this butterfly building and we're like, well, wait a second, this doesn't look right to me. So I look into it. I do a little research, right?
Okay.
So listen to this. Hundreds of colorful butterflies flitting around. Some even land on your shoulder. Magical, right? Until you realize these delicate creatures are crammed into enclosures, jolted by thousands of hands, and coerced to land on sugar sticks like they're part of a show. Their wings get damaged, their lifespan shrink, and it's all in the name of fun. Most butterflies are mass bred. So these butterflies that they bring in are mass bred and shipped long distances. Some of them are shipped from overseas, right? And many don't even survive the trip.
Jesus.
So the ones that do survive the trip, they get put into this building, right? And they put into this exhibit, right? They rarely mention the real threats, the habitat loss or the pesticides. Like they don't, like when you go into that building, they don't talk about how the butterflies are dying off and how we need to have, but it's not educational at all.
No.
They give you a sugar stick. You're standing in there. These poor little butterflies are flying around. They're like, they look frantic if you ask me. And they just land on people. People are touching them. Again, breaking their wings. You see dead ones on the floor. It's horrific, really.
Are butterflies pollinators?
Yes, they are.
So I did not really know that, because we see, like you said, we live in the inner city here in the Twin Cities, and we have a small lot in the front, and Wendy switched over our yard into this pollinator garden, and it's just unbelievable. I just get emotional when I see it. The freedom and we got
hundreds of bumblebees.
Oh,
I can't even tell you how many it's just beautiful. It really is.
And I saw a grasshopper there too, so that's crazy.
I'm
out of
hoping
nowhere.
someday, when it rains, we have a little bit more rain. I'm hoping that frogs come, because we have a couple of rain garden dips for that purpose. But Robert, I really want to talk about the 4-H livestock program.
Okay.
Also, so that's number 3, right? So the kids spend months raising and training these animals, pigs, sheep, cows, goats. They bond, right? They care, they learn responsibility, and then surprise. Most of these animals are sold for meat after the fair.
Yeah.
Nothing teaches resilience quite like forming a bond with a living animal only to hand them over to the highest bidder. Meanwhile, the animals themselves endure stress, transport, crowded barns, and constant handling. The program teaches kids responsibility and leadership, mostly the kind that comes with controlling and conforming these living animals. They're not companions, right? They're not taught that. And they don't really have empathy towards these animals either, because they have to just, and I've seen hundreds of videos of these kids hysterical, crying after they have to hand their animal over for auction, because they know what's going to happen to this animal that they tenderly cared for, but they're being manipulated. The kids' minds are being manipulated, and they're being what is it called? Conformed. Like there was a little video on YouTube about this kid who did the livestock program at the Minnesota State Fair, and she's like, my grandfather did it, my mother did it, and now I'm doing it. So it's like it's inbred in her.
Yeah.
So what's the takeaway? Right? Across the miracle of Birth Barn, the Butterfly Building, and the 4-H livestock program, animals are stressed, manipulated, and exploited for our entertainment. Even when it's framed as educational, their well-being comes second to fun, speculate, or profit.
Thank you, Wendy, for this important information. And we got like 15 seconds. Maybe we can do a quick howl.
Yes. In this portion of the show, we like to bring awareness to our Minnesota wolf population. Say no to the hunts.
No. Oh! We'll be right back. Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. The Minnesota State Fair is packed with 12 days of fun with food, rides, and much, much more. And right in the middle of it all, you'll find Indigenous voices making an impact. Seat the common table for lessons in Indigenous food justice. Visit with Native authors and watch drum groups. Plus, stop by the Native Roots Trading Post back at the West End Market. That's the Minnesota State Fair through September 1st. Get your State Fair tickets now at mnstatefair.org.
Hi, Penny here from Nightingale in Minneapolis. Exciting news. During the warmer months, we're extending our charm to the patio. Imagine savoring your favorite dishes outside, surrounded by the lively energy of South Minneapolis near 26th and Lyndale. And guess what? Nightingale's patio is not just a dining space. It's also dog-friendly. Craft cocktails, curated wines, and half-price bottles of wine on Mondays are still part of the deal. Open daily 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. with a full menu until midnight. Join us at Nightingale, where good times and great flavors come together.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. Did you know that August is Pet Appreciation Month? Zero Res doesn't use harsh soaps or chemicals, so it's safe for all your furry friends. If you have a pet like I do, you know they'd like to leave little bits of themselves around the house, whether that's fur or dander or worse, and you need to call my cleaning heroes at Zero Res to help get your house back in shape. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, every surface in your home can be Zero Resified. So if it's been months since your last deep clean, it's time to give the pros at Zero Res a call. And if you need to freshen up your home for the fall, Zero Res is dropping a Labor Day sale just in time for the start of the school year. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $119, plus a free hallway and $75 off an air duct cleaning. Sale ends Labor Day. Call 952-ZERO-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com and ask for the AM 950 special. Backward or forward spells the same. Zero Res.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming. but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
When was the last time you had your roof inspected for extreme weather and hail damage? This is Chad, owner of AM 950, to talk about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If you've noticed new roofing projects in your neighborhood, your home was likely hit by hail last summer and experienced damage. Snap Construction is helping homeowners like you, and they're the roofing specialists I trust. They are the most well-reviewed contractor in the Twin Cities and have a ton of positive customer reviews from homeowners just like you. Even better, Snap Construction's installations are backed by a lifetime warranty, so you know you're dealing with a qualified roofing expert. You want to work with a company that will be here for a long time after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims and will help you through the process. Do yourself a favor and get a free roofing inspection so you have the facts and peace of mind you deserve. Call Snap Construction today at 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP. Or visit snapconstruction.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, clear with a low of 55, then Wednesday, sunshine with a high of 78. Don't miss out on Zero Res's Labor Day sale going on now. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $119 plus $75 off an air duct cleaning and a free hallway. Call 952-ZERO-RES today or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com and ask for the AM 950 special. Sale ends Monday.
Oh, this is Dallas Goldtooth, and you're listening to the Native Roots Radio. Hoka, hicha, wecha.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back to Native Roots Radio. This is Robert, and hey, I just ran into a good friend of ours here at the State Fair, director and CEO of New Native Theater. And did I put a new "the" in there? I'm not sure. New Native Theater, Rihanna Yazzie. Thank you so much for coming on, and thank you so much for your patience with me. And, and we've been trying to do this interview for 2 hours, but welcome.
Hello, Robert.
Hey, a lot happening with New Native Theater, and let's talk a little bit about that. And there's some exciting things happening, and some expansion talk, and some productions coming up.
Yes, so we just announced our new season. So we're going to have 3 plays this year. First one is called Fallen Star, and that's actually a play we premiered last year at the North Shore Theater in Duluth with the Duluth Playhouse. And so we are touring that children's play to the upper Midwest and tribal communities in northern Minnesota and around the Twin Cities. So, we're still booking dates. So if anybody's interested in that, it's a 40-minute children's play. So that is coming back.
How can they get a hold of you?
They can send us an email, info@newnativetheater.org. And we spell theater with an R-E at the end. And then we have a Christmas play that we are producing. We're actually bringing back Christmas in Ochopee, and we're creating a holiday tradition. We produced it 2 years ago, and it was a Star Tribune critics pick. And everybody loved it so much. Christmas in Ochopee is basically Christmas in the Everglades, and the Florida Everglades under the sun. And I think a lot of folks in Minnesota are going to appreciate the fact that you could spend a little time in Florida with Christmas in Ochopee. And then in the spring, we have a world premiere of a brand new play by a brand new playwright named Kira Eckwaller, who's Alaska Native. And her story, her play is called The Bird Blind. And it takes place out on the Alaskan tundra. And I think a lot of people in Minnesota can relate to it, especially folks who come from like northern Minnesota or hunting culture. But it's called The Bird Blind, and it's essentially a story about this man who's a bird hunter who ultimately sort of finds his family again through meeting and taking care of a 10-year-old who he ends up kind of becoming like a somewhat of like an uncle to, kind of acting in a fatherly way. But it's just such a beautiful play, and it's a brand new Native playwright, and we really love at New Native Theater bringing the best plays, developing and producing brand new Native plays. And I'm really proud of this play. I'm going to get to direct it, and can't wait for our audiences in Minnesota to check it out.
Well, you say, you're helping develop playwrights, but I know you've developed actors over the years, and then you guys have classes too.
Yes. Actually, on Monday nights, we're starting up a brand new thing called the Actors Gymnasium. So if you are an actor, you can come down, learn some of the craft of acting. If you've got a monologue, we can workshop it with you. But it's basically like come to the gym if you're an actor, because we got to work out for you.
Where is that going to be?
That will take place at Division of Indian Work.
Oh,
where our offices are.
Oh, very, very cool. So it's a double entendre with the workout and the working your craft.
It's not a double entendre, but it is a double meeting.
Well, I don't know if I missed that that class.
It's basically if you're an actor or you are an aspiring actor, you can come on down. It is taught by one of our artistic producers, Ben Wilson, who is a fantastic director and actor himself. And really, it's just an opportunity to come together in community and learn your craft. Yeah, come on down Monday nights.
And bring a hot dish?
You could bring a hot dish. We wouldn't mind eating food. Yeah. We would love to have some food there. And you can see the info on our website or our Instagram or our Facebook.
So you have been around. You just had an anniversary a little while ago. Talk about that, because this is something that you've been passionate about and help people and get the native word out and normalize a lot of things in the community. Been around a long time now.
Yeah, 15 years. Started New Native Theater in 2009. When I moved to Minnesota in 2006, I came out here as a playwright for a fellowship, a year-long fellowship at a place called the Playwright Center. And they develop plays nationally. They're very well known for developing playwrights. And so when I came to Minnesota, I thought, oh, there's going to be a Native theater out there, some place that can produce my plays, some place that I can learn and be part of. And it was just really surprising that there wasn't a full-fledged Native theater company in the way that like Penumbra exists or Theater Moo. Penumbra is a Black theater, and Theater Moo is Asian American theater. And after a couple of years, people saying, Rihanna, you should start a theater. And starting a theater.
Well, and cool. We can talk a little bit too. I've always said, oh my gosh, slow down on the credits here, but you've done writing for major television shows, North Winds, and that's not it. Dark Winds, North Winds.
I think you're going to get mixed up with Northern Exposure.
Oh, I did start watching that again.
Okay. No, Dark Winds. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. And I always get to say, I know somebody who wrote on Dark Winds. So, and it was a couple times.
Yeah, I wrote for seasons 2, seasons 3, and I'm working on some other TV stuff.
You also did a documentary too, didn't you? Do a movie? Weren't you a part of a movie? A short?
Well, I made a feature film.
That's what it was a long one, not a short one.
Yeah, a narrative called A Winter Love, and that's been film festivals, and I'm hoping this year we get to finally see it streaming. So
that's cool, and one of the platforms, right?
Yeah, I hope so. I feel like being here at the Minnesota
I just gotta say something. You said yaha, so I
feel like being here at the Minnesota State Fair, I'm getting a really strong Minnesota accent.
I was just gonna say that. You betcha. You got a binder?
You betcha. You gotta roll that boat right.
Right. Hot dish. We did talk about hot dishes. So again, let's give some information, a quick rundown again of what's happening with New Native Theater. We got productions coming up. You got classes coming up. We got another 2 minutes here, and I want to just pump. Yeah. No, sorry, another 2 minutes.
We've got 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning, everybody. I apologize deeply.
You can like explain too what we're looking at right now, if you don't mind. It's we're looking at the Native Roots Trading Post and a slaughterhouse here of sorts. A taxidermist heaven over here. So it's cowboys and Indians here at the state fair.
You know, I hadn't noticed it until you pointed it out, and
Okay, Rihanna, we have the 1 minute warning now. Tell everybody about New Native Theater and how they can get information and what's coming up.
Okay, so yeah, New Native Theater. It is a Native American theater company, and we invite all audiences to come see our shows.
Mm-hmm.
We feel like, you know, when you do strong quality work, that is the best way to teach everybody about what it means to be Native American. And, you know, we don't set out to teach and to quote unquote educate. We are just setting out to tell some really entertaining stories, some really fine stories that are so well written by people who aren't often seen in the mainstream. So it's a beautiful opportunity for anybody to come see a well-written story, beautifully acted, beautifully directed, and then learn a little bit more about the Native folks who live in your community, or see your aunt and uncle on stage, see your cousin. I mean, really, it is.
It's universal.
I feel like, yeah, it's Minnesota's theater company. That's what we set out to do, and we're just really, really proud of it. And this is going to be our 16th season. So please come and share it with us. And you can always find us our website, newnativetheater.org, or our Instagram. And we do spell theater the bougie way with the R-E at the end instead of an E-R. So newnativetheatre.org.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your love and tolerance. And I hope this doesn't affect my daughter's trying out for a play.
Oh my God, I'm trying to get her in a play right now. So.
All right, Peony Gigi, thank you so much.
Oh yeah.
We'll be right back at this Native Roots Radio.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Hey, this is Robert Pilot. The Minnesota State Fair is more than food on a stick. It's a chance to celebrate Native culture and voices. On August 25th, hear the Red Lake Singers and Emizaska Drum Group during Mental Health Awareness at Dan Patch Park. On August 27th, meet Native authors like Roxanne B2B Nokwe Gold and Stacy Lola Drouillard, and visit the Common Table and learn how Indigenous foodways are shaping Minnesota's future. Get your State Fair tickets now at mnstatefair.org. Four Sisters Farmers Market is more than a place to shop for delicious organic food. It's a celebration of Indigenous culture, food sovereignty, and community. Now in its 11th season, the market offers healthy, affordable, culturally appropriate local foods every Thursday from 11 to 3. Located on the American Indian Cultural Corridor off Franklin Avenue, Four Sisters Farmers Market is a project of NAGD. Every Thursday now through October, discover more about Four Sisters Farmers Market by visiting nagd.org.
Fair fun starts on Metro Transit. Instead of driving, park your car for free and take a stress-free, non-stop, air-conditioned ride straight to the Minnesota State Fair. You'll not only save on gas and parking costs by taking a State Fair Express bus, we'll drop you off and pick you up right outside the gates. Learn more at metrotransit.org/state fair. That's metrotransit.org/state fair.
Annie, I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, I'm here live at the fair, and I just found one of our old guests, and I wanted to ask her if she could come on again. Please explain or introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
That's mostly what I have to do. I'm Julie Blaha. I'm the Minnesota State Auditor. And since the Minnesota State Auditor's job is different than everywhere else in the country, no, I totally understand what you mean by explaining myself. We oversee about $60 billion in government activity. Most of it's local. So we're doing things like audits and training and support for local government. So our cities and our counties and our towns can be effective. And we know when they are, you know what, we get to make decisions in our own community. And that's a pretty important freedom right now.
Absolutely, especially when things are going on, and really appreciate your support. And I've always appreciated your energy, too. There's so much. I remember a couple times you were on, you were explaining to our listeners what you do, and it's really interesting.
Oh, yeah, it is great, particularly right now, when things are divisive. The federal government can lock up, right? The state government could get paralyzed, but local government doesn't have the luxury of an endless fight, or none of us get out of our driveway for 3 months. The lights don't turn on, the water doesn't turn on, the school isn't there, the ambulance doesn't come. So it's a wonderful place of government to protect. So sure, we do the audits to do that kind of oversight, but we also provide tools like auditing tools, and we provide direct training and direct help, because ultimately we really want people to be successful. And especially also, we talk about, we try to stay connected to indigenous communities, because when you talk about communities that have figured out how to deal with, keep their funds together in tough times, tribes get that. You absolutely understand that.
We're the experts on resist.
Exactly. And resilience, right? And in fact, we talk about things like tax increment finance, and the idea of how to use tax money to build a community. I'll tell you, you look at what Native people have been doing with local finance in Minnesota. It's a case study for any government.
Well, rumor has it that you are really busy at your work, of course, but you have spent some time to do some corn or bean art?
Oh, absolutely. I am an award-winning crop artist. I think people know me more for that sometimes even than being state auditor. But, in Minnesota, we're the only place that has an art exhibit where people who make things out of Minnesota crops can display on there. And shout out to Red Lake for their paddy grown rice, which is a perfect color for outlines. They have a wonderful, wonderful product there. And so this year I got a fifth, which I'm shocked about. Some of the most beautiful crop art I have ever seen in my life. And a bunch of pieces were actually in homage to Melissa Hortman.
Yes, I saw that. I was going to ask about that.
I got a group of people together, and we made pins that said LFG, let's go, is one of her favorite sayings. So we made pins to remember her. We did pins of her dog, of some of her favorite sayings, parks, things she cared about. Representative Athena Hollins did a beautiful piece. She led a group on a piece that is just stunning. And there's so many good, just really very, very sweet and thoughtful remembrances. And in this time, we need to come together and find a way to remember, and to art is a great medium for that.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. I always want to ask people like you that are boots on the ground, like I have State Senator Mary Kunesh on every week, and I have Heather Keeler on every couple of weeks, and other national politicians and doers. And don't forget the doers that work in the nonprofit organizations. What do you do for your health? I mean, it sounds like you do a little art to kick back, but really your boots on the ground, and the way things are, you have to really, emotionally, physically, spiritually. What do you do?
Oh my gosh, it has been, I really wish science would come further, because I have been reduced to exercise, eating healthy, talking to people. I don't know. No, I have had to think about it a lot this year. One of the things I'm very lucky is that public employees have mental health care. And after the murders, we were all extended 6 free sessions, like no copay or anything. Well, I absolutely availed myself of those. And so I think the best thing I'm doing right now is using the resources that I have. And, I grew up in a time when people were not always so supportive of mental health. And so it was really good. I'm not only doing it for myself, but just to also show my staff too. It's like, you know what? Let's use this. You've earned this and you deserve it. And I'm not going to leave money on the table. You give me 6 free mental health care sessions, I'm taking them. And they've been really helpful.
So the big question I have for you, because I see you have a Peggy Flanagan for U.S. Senate button. Did you get one of her T-shirts? Because I know they're all gone.
No, I didn't. And actually, I've known Peggy for years. I've known her back when she was on school board and I was a teacher. And so, you know, I came here to get it, and I made the mistake of focusing on the nitro coffee at the Farmers Union first, and they were gone. But I was at her event with Warren, and they left some pins unattended, so I grabbed a handful. And I'm just so excited to have these things.
They left some pins unattended.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and if you know, those of us who are really into this stuff, do not leave swag laying around. We will take it.
I'm down with that, definitely. So I got to ask you too now, what is some of the favorite things you like to do at the fair? As you know, I'm on 5 days a week, so we'll be on either Monday or Tuesday with this spot. What are some of your favorite things?
You know, I love looking at things people make. So I love going into that fine arts building and look at all the projects that there's no way I'm going to actually do. Like, I do a lot of crafts, but I'm like, this is amazing. I get here really early to talk to the people who are showing animals and get to talk to the people about their animals. So my favorite thing to do at the fair is to find someone who's doing a thing and ask them about that. This odd little passion they might have, whether they're there because they're a weaver or you're here because you came up with a brand new type of pronto pup. I want to know your story, and that's what I do. I just walk around and I ask, and I get to talk to people. It's wonderful.
So did you happen to check out some of the art? I've never seen this much art in the art building, native centric. We got the MMIW jingle dress in there. Were you able to see that?
Oh, I'm going there next, which is great because I'll tell you, one of the reasons that crop art has gotten so much better is because some of the artists that can't show in there have come over to crop art. So those of us who are crafters are kind of in a tough spot. I already had to move to the special occasion category to get away from the artists, and now there's more of them, so I had to go to like 3D objects. I don't know where I'm going to go, but you just see all this art, and that's really the history of the state fair. Early on, this was sometimes the best way for you to get connected to art and world ideas was at the state fair. So it makes perfect sense that we have great art here, we have great discussions, and we have some of the best technology in the world. That's what the fair has always been about.
So I want to, are you coming up for election soon?
I am up for election next year. I will be announcing my intentions after the state fair, partly because I really wish that we could shorten up campaigns. You know, one of the things that the old saying used to be, no one cares about politics till after the state fair. I think we go back to that. Yeah. And so I think we need to let people have shorter campaigns because then more people can do it. How many people could take 2 years off of work or 2 years to do this kind of campaign? It's expensive. It is time consuming. And if we want more access, we need to shorten these campaigns up.
So I'm going to ask you to respond a little bit. Why do you think we should vote for Peggy? And you're old friends of hers, and I want to give because I'm having somebody else on the show here, and I want you to balance my show off real quick.
Oh, it was the easiest decision to get behind Peggy. You know, when I think about politics, is I always think like Wayne Gretzky always said, you know, I don't go to where the puck was, I go where it's going to be. And I could see where the puck is going, what people are really hungry for right now. And it is going towards somebody who has fought tough fights, who has not just gone for the easy wins, who has hung in there, who is really smart and is absolutely dedicated. And so I think, you know, especially even another year of Trump, boy, people are going to be super hungry for somebody like Peggy, someone who's not going to back down, somebody who's not going to play it safe, someone who's going to do what's right for Minnesota no matter what. And then just being really good at her job. I get to see her day-to-day work as being another constitutional officer, and she's just good. When it comes right down to it, she's just good.
That's perfect. So I want to just leave our audience here. Can you tell us how people can find more information about you and how to support you?
Oh, well, you know what I'd like them to do is if you are at the state fair, you look at my piece that says relax. We have a spreadsheet for that. And the Office of State Auditor, I'm running a contest where you can, if you can guess the number of beans, you'll get a prize of great honor, but de minimis value because it's your tax money. So you want to go just look up Minnesota State Auditor and you'll be able to put your guess in there.
Thank you so much as always. Come on, we got to make this more than once a year.
Absolutely. Anytime you want me on.
Thank you very much.
Fair fun starts on Metro Transit. Instead of driving, park your car for free and take a stress-free, non-stop, air-conditioned ride straight to the Minnesota State Fair. You'll not only save on gas and parking costs by taking a State Fair Express bus, we'll drop you off and pick you up right outside the gates. Learn more at metrotransit.org/statefair. That's metrotransit.org/statefair.